Hello and welcome to yet another Sunday's Yapping with me, Fellonius the Wizard. There is something going on out in the world and among the young people and all over the place that has to do something about furniture. Now, furniture for most of us is something that you have to have or you are used to have or, well, you know how you want to have it. There is no one out there, I guess, who can just think that a sofa is the most useless thing there is, or a TV set, because I actually think that a TV set, at least the old ones, the fat ones, was some part of the furniture. That happened back in the 60s. Before that, it was an electric thing that others had. But if you look at, let's say, Japan, they don't have much of a furniture inside their small rooms because there's no room for it. If they want to sit, they sit somewhere close to the kitchen and they only have that table to do their homework at or whatever. Now, I guess there's a bit of a Westerner's attitude growing up back in Japan, mostly because it has to do with space. Japan needs more space per capita. They don't have it. We have, at least in Sweden, we have a lot of space. I'm sitting in a 3-room apartment plus kitchen, and that is way too big for a lonely people like me. But I have it because my son used to have one room and I had one room, and then we had the so-called living room. And here we have a bit of a problem, or should we say just something rethinking. My son is not into sofas, he's not into coffee tables, bookshelves, and I think most of his young comrades are not really bothered with a living room as such. I mean, for them it's usually the computer room that is the same room as their bedroom, because that's all they need. All they need is a space for their computer and a place to sleep. That's all they need. But that is young people, and then you get a partner and you suddenly are trying to make a family, and well, then it grows up. But I still have a bit of a question mark about this living room thingy. Why do you have to have a living room? Okay, you go there because you have somewhere to go and relax after work. You sit and watch TV. You sit and watch TV and you sit and watch TV because that's all you do. Or you can be as me. You're probably at the computer playing games, and I don't need a living room for that. I can just as well just have anything. So my furniture is mostly bits and pieces. There is one dining table actually, but it's not used as a dining table. It's used like, I don't know, board game table or a role-playing game table, or at the moment it's just a bit of space where I put other stuff on. And then I have bookshelves, but I don't have books in them because it's not really what I think you should have. I don't really see the point of having a lot of books probably that you have read. That has to do with showing off, right? Just, oh, look what I have got. Look how many books I have of that author. Look what I have done. Ain't I great or something? I don't really understand that. But there has to be some reason why you feel like you have to have bookshelves with books in it. I'm getting back to the real place where you should have books in bookshelves later in a later episode, but at home. So what do I have? Well, useful things like board games. Board games you need to have easy accessible. There are some stuff that I really need to have accessible, like my plastic models that I'm going to build, or the colors that I need to build them with, or the tools I need to do my refurbishing of toys with. Yeah, that's what I use my shelves for. And my next apartment, because I'm going to move, I hope I'm going to move next spring, is to have a two-room apartment, and the so-called living room will mostly be my studio, where I do all my recordings and playing all my games and stuff. And then I will have a bedroom, and in that bedroom I will most likely cram up all my bookshelves, and all my bookshelves will then be filled with board games that I want to play, or perhaps even all of my board games. I don't really know, because I might actually add a bookshelf or two. So what will I then remove? Well, there is not much to remove, actually. I don't have a TV set as such. I do have an old TV that I use for Nintendo Wii and Wii U, I think, because I use the computer screen for my Xbox 360 and my PS3. So I don't need the TV for that, and I don't watch TV except on streaming through my computer, because I don't have a good streaming service, and I don't pay to watch crap. That is something that I have decided way back 20 years ago. I'm not going to do that. So, but then of course it doesn't look like something a family would enjoy, would it? Now, there is a thing, or should I say two things, because it's two people involved in it. Mr. rsmalec was up here, and he saw how I had it. He just, I don't know what he thought of it. He didn't say anything. He didn't bother. The good thing is that I had two bedrooms, so he could have one and I could have the other. He didn't say anything about the loss of a sofa. He didn't say anything about that. He was just happy to be here playing Minecraft with me. And then my son is the other one who should have said anything, but he hasn't said anything else. For him, this is normal. This is typically me, or typically us, or whatever. So he just, oh yeah, you haven't moved the computer, good. And that's about it when he comes up here to show me anything, to do anything on the computer. So furniture, do we really need them? That is the main question. All these furnitures that is sold out there, are you sure we are going to keep them forever, ever? Or is this a generation question? I am in a generation that is lost, so I'm not really the one you should go by. But when I'm listening in on the young people, they don't seem to be wanting to hoard furniture as a first thing. They will be sooner or later some sort of two people are going to be arguing about the sofas being or not being. That is true. But until then, I'm not totally sure. Well, I guess you all have the typically furnitures that everybody else has. So it's probably just me, as it usually are. Okay. Thank you for listening. Bye for today.